Jack, do you need more water?
I'm all right.
You should. Okay, we can get more water for you. You want something else to drink? You sure? Okay. You need anything? Okay. Coach, players, thank you for time. Coach, if you could give us an opening statement about tonight's game.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to A&M and Tennessee for moving on to the final three games there for the final series there. But we just we had a terrific year. There's been a lot of ups and downs. Our players persevered through a lot of different tough moments. Awfully proud of our team. But it's this time of year is difficult. It's really hard to put into words. It's like you're going full speed in a sprint, and all of a sudden it just comes to an end just like that. So I know a lot of our guys are extremely disappointed, but speaking from my heart, I'm just awfully proud of them, for what they were able to accomplish this year and have this experience out here in Omaha.
Thank you, Coach. Opening questions for players right here.
Jack Meyer, ESPN Gainesville. Jack, I don't even know where to start. Records broken, historic years back-to-back, leading the Gators back to Omaha when most people were counting them out. The accolades speak for themselves here, but just in your own words, how would you describe how you want to be remembered as a Gator great?
Really just as somebody who gave it their all. Day in and day out, I just wanted to fight for these guys next to me. To be honest with you, I can't thank the coaches here enough for all they've done to help me get to where I am today. The people that I've met along the way and played with, it's something that I won't ever take for granted. I appreciate Sully for taking a chance on me in high school and, getting to this point. So, yeah.
Ben and Solomon, Gators Illustrated. You both were on this team or on the team last year. Is this a little more tough to get over just because of how far you guys came? With the struggles in the regular season.
Yeah, I think it's very similar. I think a lot of the resilience we showed throughout the year plays into this game and how far we were able to come simply because we're a resilient group. Like I said last year, it's heartbreaking. Anytime you lose a game to end the year, especially in Omaha, is going to be heartbreaking. And I'm just super proud of my teammates and the rest of this group who pushed through a lot to get here. I mean, a lot. This whole year was pretty hard on all of us. So being here was a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Tyler, a lot of people have marvel at what Jack can do on the field physically, all the home runs and so forth. But how do you describe him kind of as a leader and a teammate throughout this year and what you guys were able to do this postseason?
The difference I've seen in Jack from the day I met him to now has been tremendous. Jack's grown as an individual and as a player beyond comprehension. He's a terrific kid and he's a great teammate. I think he truly does play for this team. And he truly does want to win. I can't say enough about Jack, obviously, and what he's been able to accomplish.
Tyler, you've had a very unique career at Florida. You've endured your fair shares of highs and lows, obstacles that you've had to overcome to just wear the orange and blue in the first place. So just how did it feel taking the field one last time for the Gators in Omaha this past week?
Well, the biggest thing I can say is that God has blessed me beyond my wildest dreams. I grew up being a Gator fan my whole life, watching the Gators in Omaha and being able to put on orange and blue every day and to do it in Omaha, play for a World Series. is something I'm going to remember and tell my kids about for the rest of my life. It's been truly special, and I can't be thankful enough for Sully and the rest of the coaching staff who brought me here. It's been great.
Do we have any other questions for the student? One back there.
I have a similar question for Jack. Peter Burnett from the Non-Pareil here in Council Bluffs. What is just kind of your biggest takeaway from the experiences that you've had the last couple of years here in Omaha? What will you remember most from the time on college baseball's biggest stage?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not a moment that I'll take for granted. I can't really pinpoint a specific one. Just like Tyler said, being able to wear this jersey for the past 3 years has been something that I'm going to take, I'm never going to take it for granted. All these guys who've won it before us, all we try to do is just make them proud and, really appreciate what Florida's about. Just everything that Florida is, Gator Nation and all their support that they've shown us throughout this postseason has been remarkable. But yeah, a specific moment, there isn't one. The whole thing, really.
Gentlemen, thank you very much, and thanks on a great year and careers, and we thank you for what you guys do for college baseball.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse. We'll open questions for Coach now. Go first right here.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville. So Texas A&M has already pitched really well this whole tournament, and even against Texas, even against Kentucky on Monday night. Just curious your thoughts on the approach on Lampkin and just what made them so tough again tonight.
Well, he's got some ride to his fastball. It's a different fastball coming from the left side. He's got a really good feel for his slider, his change. He's a complete three-pitch pitcher. He throws strikes. Tonight was a little bit of a difficult night to hit because of the wind was blowing really, really strong from the left field pole to the right field pole. Anything hitting the air to left was not going to get out. And we had our opportunities, quite honestly. We had, bases loaded, one out and struck out, and then second and third, one out and didn't drive in a run. And then we had first and second with nobody out there in the eighth. And we had our opportunities, very similar to the game on Saturday night. We had our opportunities. We just, I think we struck out 30 times over the course of those two games. But, credit Lampkin. He threw the ball extremely well. And, yeah, it's part of it. And that's the reason why they're moving on.
Bennett Solomon, Gators Illustrated. You said that you're going to learn a lot from this team, from this postseason run. What's the biggest takeaway that you've had, that you have, after this has come to an end?
Well, I think for future teams, if we ever are in this situation again where we're struggling a little bit halfway through the year or whatever, we could, I've been through it now, right? So I've got some experiences. I got some, lessons that I've learned along the way. This team never quit. There's a lot of people that said a lot of negative things about us this year, and when we kind of deserved it at times. We didn't play as well as we should, but these guys stayed the course, and it's not that they believed what they were hearing, but it's just a different world we live in with social media, and there's so much access to different platforms as far as what the players hear, but to get them to a point where we were fighting two things. Like I said, I repeated it over and over. We're fighting the 500 mark and fighting the SEC mark. And what they did is nothing short of remarkable. To have to go to Georgia, a national seed, win 2 out of 3, and then go to Stillwater and go to Clemson and lose a really tough game on Saturday, and then we end up beating NC State by a run, and the game obviously this morning against Kentucky, another national seed. We accomplished an awful lot, and I think that's the thing that when we start having our exit meetings, everybody's so disappointed right now. It's hard to put all this in words and try to encompass everybody's feelings and to put into a few sentences of what what this season meant. It really comes down to those one-on-one meetings you have with your players at the end, and yeah, it's just like I said, you're going full speed ahead, and you win the game this morning, and you go back to the hotel. Everybody's in a good mood. We're feeling really good about tonight, and it just didn't go our way. As simple as that, and A&M deserves to move on.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, the young arms, obviously up and down throughout the course of the season, but a lot of them did step up in the postseason. What do you want them to gain, or how do you think that experience will kind of help going into next season for the guys that return?
Well, hopefully it's like a normal progression that you see from year to year. We've got a couple freshmen that have grown up, so to speak, but there's some more growth that has to happen, but there was some tremendous improvements, and hopefully this experience out here, going through the rigors of the SEC, hopefully will, push them to another level next year, because we're going to have, we're obviously going to have them make one more jump.
One more question with Coach right here.
So just one last Jack question. I mean, when people talk to you like pro scouts and stuff, what do you tell them about Jack? What kind of player this guy can be?
There hasn't been a whole lot of discussion with scouts. Obviously, he's a consensus top 3 pick probably in the draft. But the things I do mention, it's obvious that he's got special hitting ability. But what he's been able to do at the other parts of his game defensively, he's just a difference maker, on that side of the ball. And just like he runs the bases really good. We were down, I think, 5 at that point of the game. He was at third, and he made the right decision not to tag because his run did not matter, right, when the ball was hit on the left field line. He makes really good decisions, and he runs good. I mean, if you think about it, we put the drag on with 2 outs with Tyler Shelnut, who was scuffling a little bit in the first game, and he got to third on the ball in the dirt, and then he scored on that drag. So those are the things that that I try to point out, because the other stuff with the hitting ability and the power, that's obvious to see. Everybody knows that, but he's really turned himself into a complete player.
Coach, again, thank you for your time and congratulations on the great year.
All right, thank you.